Volume 2, Hadith 415. Narrated Samura bin Jundab. I offered the funeral prayer behind the Prophet for a woman who had died during childbirth, and he stood up by the middle of the coffin. In Book 23, Chapter 28, we have the reference that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, stood up for the funeral procession of a Jew. Chapter 29 is about the deceased either wanting to be hurried along their way or not wanting to face what they're facing. Chapter 30 is to hurry up in the funeral and burial processes. Chapter 31 talks about the great reward of attending the services. Chapter 32 is what we went over in the last chapter in terms of, that we should not put places of worship over the graves. And, by places of worship, we mean, places for the ritual prayer. Chapter 33 is what we just talked about. Chapter 34, standing in the middle of the coffin. Well, the middle of the coffin being before the person leading the prayer. Chapter 34 mentions that the first chapter of the Quran is used in the funeral prayer, just like all the other contact prayers. And chapter 35 is that the dead can hear us. Yeah, we are not the body, and when we die, we're not, but, the dead can hear. And chapter 36 is that a person should be buried where they are, and how Muhammad, well, it doesn't really say that, but how Prophet Muhammad knew where Moses was buried. And chapter 37 talks about the funeral prayer of the martyrs.